let's open this up to further conversation. Ambassador Mukherjee, let me come to you. This is not the first time we are having this conversation. I almost didn't want to have this conversation until I was pleasantly surprised late last evening by what I thought could not be real, that an official source in America, a House committee no less, has decided to take a position to correct something that was being malifiedly, and I have to use the word malifiedly, being published, not incidental. I've spent too much time putting out the trail of several years to you to know that it's not incidental. So, here we are having a conversation on this. How absurd is it that this is still going on, ma'am?
It is absurd because it demonstrates that even on such an important issue as international terrorism across borders, even after 9/11, the West still has double standards between their terrorism and our terrorism. Before 9/11, they were even more incensed. I remember negotiating with the European Union, which used to say that the West is like a bastion. Nobody can break into our shores. We are safe. And then 9/11 happened. And after 9/11 happened, there were terrorist attacks which happened even in France. And that is when the West realized that there is no bastion against it. That it's a reality that has to be understood, that has to be condemned, that has to be combated in a united manner. I was very shocked and very disappointed at the BBC reporting yesterday and this morning with regard to these incidents, which were just brushed aside as if it was just one more thing happening, when this is a country which has suffered from terrorism, where Lord Mountbatten was blown up, which has come to terms with terrorism from Northern Ireland, which understands very well, because the Brits, at the end of the day, they must be very smart people because they colonized us for 180 years. They colonized the whole world. They invented slavery and indenture. They invented the state of Israel so that the Palestinians and the Jews could be, for the rest of eternity, at each other's throats. Divide and rule was invented by the United Kingdom. So since they are such smart people, how come they haven't understood that what threatens India today can come back 180 degrees and destroy them tomorrow? Because now they have too many of them in UK, settling down, sheltering, waiting to create the same kind.
Okay, let me ask you, I know this is a televised broadcast because the BBC is not an alien organization operating in a different planet far, far away. They have a very large, I would say, tentacle-like presence which is growing in India. They have BBC Urdu, BBC Hindi. I know a lot of people who work for them. I know colleagues of mine, people who have worked here in Newsx 10, 12 years ago, who have joined the BBC. Some of these people have covered internal security, they've covered anti-terror operations in Kashmir, and they are now, they're employees of the BBC. So, it is not like they don't have a feedback mechanism that, we simply don't know or we don't understand. So, I have to then assume this is very deliberative.
It is totally malified. They have BBC Bengali also. They keep telephoning me. What I'm saying is, Rishabh, that such malified coverage, first of all, goes against free speech and freedom of the press, but moreover, such a heinous attack, which you have so eloquently described, which goes beyond anything that most people could ever imagine could happen. People being singled out and shot in the head in front of their own wives and children, who are then told, go and tell Modi. This is incredible.
So, I got this.
I think that Mr. Vaz had said that Pakistan should cooperate with India to find out who the perpetrators are.
Okay, so I'll tell you what happens, okay, and the reason this is important. So I got a message yesterday from one of the individuals who sits with us very often and sat with me yesterday, and he sent me a list of purportedly those who had died in Pahalgam, and this list contained 17 Muslim names, and appended at the bottom was that what happened in Pahalgam was not Hindus who died, Muslims died, and the mainstream media, which is us, is all Godi media. We are telling you lies that this never happened, it didn't exist.
I've seen it.
So then, of course, after having accused of being in somebody's Godi, I didn't take that very well. After which, late last night, I got an apology.
It's fake news.
To what was, of course, fake news. One individual who was Muslim who died, and yes, there were Muslims on the spot to try to help the injured. It's
Muslim
not an.
was a very brave man. He tried to help a tourist from getting killed, and he got killed.
Yes.
He was the breadwinner, and the whole of India is with him. And I have watched his funeral on television.
Yes, and the Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister was there, and we all telecast it live. And there were others who were trying to rescue people and move them out. So it's not a Hindu-Muslim question in that regard. It was made into a Hindu-Muslim question, but somebody clearly is at it, trying to pretend that this never happened. Now, these are the same people who then become the paragons of journalism, and people like me are said, if you stand for your country, if you stand for what is hypocritically, absurdly obvious, then you are Godi. Okay. So, I am running a hashtag on your screen for New York Times, Jeff Bezos, who owns the Washington Post. How many of you guys out there order on Amazon? Right? Many? Okay. Well, why does Jeff Bezos own Washington Post? Okay. I don't know, but I'm going to ask that question. Hashtag, who's your Godi? What interest do you serve if you think I serve a particular interest? Okay, let's open this up for further perspective, because this is what we're here to do.
For more such videos, subscribe to the Newsx YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.